Everyone knew about the girl with the notebook, but no one really knew her. Asterisk, she sat alone at the edge of the cafeteria, scribbling furiously into a worn leather journal, always with her hair hiding half her face. Her name was Emma Wallace, the shy girl, the quiet one, the invisible. And she liked it that way. She'd learned that being unseen was safer than being noticed. Asterisk, but what no one realized was that Emma wasn't just quiet. She was fighting something most people never saw, the daily torment of whispers, sneers, and laughter that followed her like a shadow. The popular girls, Madison, Claire, and Zoe, made sure of that. They called it just teasing, but it was cruelty masked in glitter and lip gloss in Emma. She carried it all silently, until prom night changed everything. Prom, the supposed best night of your life, was weeks away. The halls buzzed with chatter about dresses, limos, and who was going with who. Emma had no plans to go. She didn't belong in their glittery world. But then, something happened that made her heart skip a beat. Asterisk, it was Mr. Collins, her art teacher, who pulled her aside one afternoon after class. He'd seen her sketches, her quiet talent buried beneath layers of insecurity. He told her, "Emma, you have something beautiful inside you. You deserve to be seen." Then he gave her something she'd never expected, a scholarship ticket to the prom. Asterisk, no pressure, he added gently. But I think the world should see who you are. That night, Emma dusted off a dream she'd buried long ago. She worked part-time at a fabric store, and over the next few weeks, using scraps and remnants, she began to sew. She poured her soul into the dress satin the color of dusk, a neckline that mirrored her gentle grace, and soft lace stitched like whispers along the sleeves. It wasn't perfect, but it was hers. Her story, thread by thread. Asterisk, but someone had been watching. Asterisk, Madison and her friends weren't used to competition, especially not from someone like Emma. They laughed at the thought of her showing up at prom at their night, and decided it was time to remind her where she stood. Asterisk, the night before prom. Emma left her handmade dress in her locker, brought it to school for a final fitting in the empty music room during lunch. But that evening, while she stayed late for art club, Madison found it. Asterisk, by dawn. It was in pieces. Asterisk, sliced, torn, trampled, stuffed into a trash can like it meant nothing. Asterisk, when Emma discovered it the next morning. Her heart shattered. She fell to her knees beside the dress, fingers trembling as she lifted the ruined satin, the lace torn and stained. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She simply sat there, alone in the quiet corridor. As the sun rose through the windows, casting light on her broken dream, asterisk, and the worst part, no one dared speak of it. Asterisk, even the ones who saw Madison and the others dragging the dress out didn't say a word. Fear is a powerful silencer. But one person couldn't look away. Asterisk, Lucas Grant was the school photographer, quiet, observant, and almost as invisible as Emma. He'd watched from a distance as the events unfolded. He had seen the beauty in her eyes when she smiled at her dress in the mirror. He'd seen the heartbreak when she found it destroyed. And now he had a choice. Asterisk, at lunch, Lucas sat across from her, uninvited. Unafraid. Asterisk, I saw what they did, he said simply. Asterisk, Emma looked up, startled, her eyes wide with pain and disbelief. Asterisk, I didn't stop them, he continued, his voice thick with regret. But I want to help now. Asterisk. She didn't trust him at first. Why would she? But something in his voice was different. Not pity, not guilt. Respect. He showed her something then. Pictures he had taken of her. Dress in progress, moments he'd quietly captured when she wasn't looking. He handed her a USB drive. Asterisk, you made something beautiful, he whispered. Let's show them who you are. Asterisk, Emma went home that day with nothing but a pile of ruined fabric and a spark of courage. That night, she did not cry. She created. She stayed up, needle in hand, repairing, reworking, reimagining, and Lucas helped, brought supplies, stayed with her, stitched and supported even though he didn't know how to sew. They worked in silence, side by side, as the hours ticked past midnight. Asterisk, by dawn, it wasn't the same dress. But it was stronger. So was Emma. Prom night arrived, and the room glittered with lights and laughter. Music thumped, cameras flashed, and the queen bees held court like royalty until the doors opened. Every head turned. Asterisk Emma stood in the doorway, shoulders back, chin high. Her dress, reborn from ruin, shimmered like twilight. A deep plum skirt flowed like smoke, stitched with gold thread and stars that danced with every step. The lace sleeves had been replaced with delicate sheer wings that caught the light. She didn't wear a crown. She might as well have. Madison gasped. Claire dropped her phone. Asterisk, and no one, not one single soul, dared laugh. Asterisk, because in that moment, Emma wasn't just the shy girl. She was power. She walked through that room with Lucas at her side, not saying a word. She didn't need to. The silence that followed her was louder than any whisper. It was respect, awe, regret. Asterisk Emma didn't win prom queen that night. She didn't dance the most. She didn't even stay until the end. But she left something behind, a legacy. Because by Monday morning, everyone was talking. Not about the bullies. It's not about the drama. They were talking about Emma Wallace, the girl who rose from ruin. Madison and her friends. They were suspended. Someone finally spoke up. Turns out Lucas wasn't the only one who saw what happened. Courage is contagious.